Hello, everyone. I wanted to make a few prefatory remarks on this reading from George Fitzhugh, Cannibals All, or Slaves Without Masters. I very much hesitate to ask you to read this. Fundamentally, it is a defense of slavery. Um, and, that's wrong, right? Um, Anybody who defends slavery, I would say, is just wrong. So, why would I give you something that I think is wrong? Well, for one thing, the next reading is from Frederick Douglass, and what to the slave is the Fourth of July. And I thought that to some degree, just as with Wollstonecraft, we had to get a sense of what she was arguing against, or what the prevalent notions were about women that she was trying to overcome. I think that adding some kind of context to Frederick Douglass, what was he trying to overcome? Well, perhaps attitudes like those of George Fitzhugh. So I'm not putting it up there as some kind of wonderful text by any means. No, of course not. I'm putting it up there in an attempt to establish some kind of context, some idea of what was the political and economic and racial discussion going on around the time of Frederick Douglass. This is not perfectly at the same time, but it's the same era in America, 19th century. This was written or published in 1857. So I just want to tell you right now, I mean, it's not meant to be, something that anybody would agree with these days, although there are challenging ideas here, I think, from Fitzhugh. But I've essentially put it up there to give some sort of context for what comes next. I've done that in the last week of the course. If you look ahead, you'll see that there's a very famous poem by Rudyard Kipling called The White Man's Burden, which I've more or less put up not for itself, but to provide some sort of context for Du Bois's essay, The Souls of White Folk. So sometimes you put things up because we think they're great, and other times we teachers ask students to read things, not really because we think they're great, but because we need to have establish some kind of context to better understand the readings that we do think are great.